Are you tired of digital products that just don't sell? Imagine having a list of proven ideas that sell every single time. Stick around because today I'm sharing 7 digital product ideas that are not only easy to create, but also have a track record of success. Hi there, I'm Delana, your go-to online business manager and tech virtual assistant. If you're new here, we deep dive into tech and system strategies tailored to online business solopreneurs. So if you're a small business owner, course creator, coach, or entrepreneur looking to harness the power of digital products, you are in the right place. So grab some coffee and let's get started. In my last video, we talked about why your business needs digital products. If you missed that one, I'm gonna link it right here and of course in the description. So if you missed it, you can go back and check that one out when you're done here. First up on our list today, we have eBooks and guides. These are fantastic digital products because they are so simple to create. You literally just take your knowledge and you put it on paper, digital paper, and send it out to the world when they send you money. These can be sold at a low price point, which makes it easy for people to say yes to purchasing it. And it allows you to get your knowledge out into the world. Imagine how many people you can reach with an ebook or a guide that walks people through your specialty, whatever it is that you do, at a pretty low barrier to entry, right? You could reach so many more people than you can with a full-fledged course. Now we're gonna talk about courses in a little bit, but a little sneak peek there. But a guide or an ebook is the perfect first step for people. And it can really just be as simple as a Google Doc. It doesn't even have to be complicated. PDFs have been all the rage and you can totally still use a PDF. But if you're doing like a workbook or something like that, Google Doc is the way to go. So it's really just as simple as taking a few hours to write out your ebook content, share your knowledge, share the wealth, and setting up a way to send it out automatically when somebody sends you money, which you can do with ConvertKit. If you'd like to know how to do that, I have a video right here on how to set up selling digital products with ConvertKit. Next up at number 2, we have online courses. You knew this was going to be on here. They are all the rage right now and for good reason. Online courses are a goldmine because they allow you to share your expertise in a very structured way. You can use a platform like Teachable or Thinkific or Podia or Thrivecart. There's a million of them out there that make it very, very easy to format your course and sell it. They also have payment processors in there. Online courses are also great because they can be priced higher than ebooks, which obviously can generate more revenue with reaching less people. I like to think of ebooks as like the first stepping stone. Somebody's not sure they want to work with you. They're not sure if what you're teaching is what they want to get into, right? So this is like the first step. And then after they've read your ebook, gone through your guide, read your ebook, then they're like, okay, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. So I'm going to take the next step, purchase this course, have them guide me through it step by step, show me how to do what you do. This is the magic. Courses can take a lot more time to put together. They do take a lot more time to put together, and they take a little more effort on the selling side of things because of the higher price point. But once you've got it rolling, once you've got it set up, and it starts selling, then you don't have to really do a whole lot with it anymore. You don't have to create it again. You could reach hundreds and thousands of people with the one product that you've created. Online courses are also great if you're a one-to-one service provider like me to kind of take the framework of what you do for clients, put it into a course, because let's be real, one-on-one work can only go so far. You can keep increasing your rates and taking on less people in order to kind of create the time freedom that you want and like free up your schedule and that sort of thing. And that's great. If you can do that, that's great. But it's also quite a bit harder to scale a one-to-one because of that, right? Like you either need to take on more clients or you need to increase your price a lot. And that can go either way. That's a whole different topic for another day. But the bottom line is, it is much easier to scale a business and create more income when you've got this passive like course that kind of also guides people through what you do versus trying to teach everybody one at a time how to do it, right? Or doing the thing for them one at a time, right? You're gonna reach a lot more people with a course than you are gonna with a one-on-one service. So there's a time and a place for one-on-ones, but there's also a need for the online course in your business, definitely. If you'd like a little bit of support planning out your digital products, you can grab my free guide. It's a digital product planner. You can get it at delanasimmons.com/digital products. It's an 8-page guide that walks you through the different things to think about as you're planning out your digital product. You can grab it at this URL or, of course, in the description. Next up at number 3, we have membership sites. And the great thing about membership sites is they create recurring revenue for your business. So with your course, you might have a payment plan for a few months if your course is at a higher price point, and that's great, and that will give you recurring income for a few months, right? But once that course is paid off, then that recurring income stops. The nice thing about a membership site is essentially that recurring payment comes in from that customer until they cancel, right? So it could go on indefinitely, and also gives you a chance to like create the content as you go, kind of, right? Like when you sell a course, of course there's ways to sell it and like promise, module drops every week or something, and you can kind of create it as you go, and that's totally fine to do it that way. But there's also sort of a idea of that, when you sell a course, like it's all going to be ready for you. With the membership site, like you're promising them, hey, you're going to get new content every month, whatever that is, as big or small as you want it to be. The content every month is what keeps them in the membership, right? So then you've essentially got almost endless recurring income, right? Like obviously you have to give people reasons to stay in and keep bringing people in, but it's a consistent income that you don't need to continually launch. If you don't launch it this month, you're still going to have payments coming in, income coming in from the people who are already in your membership. Next up at number 4, we have templates and tools. These save your audience time and effort, which everybody loves, saving a little time and effort, right? It could be something like a social media calendar, a business plan, business plan template, budgeting tool, any kind of template that you can think of. ClickUp templates are one that I really like to work with. You could also do Notion templates. I mean, it depends on your niche, right? So I am in the business niche, right? My audience are business owners, so I tend to look at, and my expertise is in tech and systems. So I tend to look at what kind of templates can I share in these systems that I use and recommend using that will help people either learn how to use them easier or give them like a leg up with creating some kind of system within that system. So that's where my brain always goes. But if you do something else, if you're a knitter, you could share knitting templates that you create, right? Patterns, or I don't know anything about knitting, so that was probably a bad example, but if you're a knitter, you know what you can sell. But things like that, something that you can do to help somebody else like kind of advance without having to do all the Google searches. That's basically what that boils down to. I love templates, and again, it's something that you can you create the template once and then you can sell it endlessly and continuously make money from it. Even if it's a low priced offer, right? It doesn't really matter. It's still income coming in. And after you've spent that time creating the template and then setting up the sales process for it, and it doesn't cost you any more time or money down the road to continue to sell it, unless you get into ads. That's a whole other story. So you've got, even if it's a $17 offer, let's say you've spent a few hours working on it. So the first few sales that you make pay you for that time, right? But then after that, it's all profit. So just spend the few hours creating it in the start, and then it's all green after that. It's all good. I really love templates and tools, that kind of thing. That's just my jam. I buy them all the time, and I enjoy creating them as well. Next up at number 5, we have webinars and workshops. Live webinars and workshops are a great way to interact with your audience in real time, so that's always fun. But recorded ones, or you can record a live one, obviously, and use it later, are great for selling on repeat without having to do a whole lot of extra work. These are great for teaching a specific skill or providing some kind of in-depth knowledge that you also just kind of want to be a taste of what you offer in like your bigger ticket program. So for example, if you've got a course that's like the A to Z how-to of knitting, we'll just stick with that because it's what's on my brain for some reason, then you might offer a webinar or a live class that teaches people how to make a specific item, right? Like those little baby boots. Or I have a friend that makes like little caps, and they're for babies, and they're usually like holiday themed in some way. So if you did a course that shows people how to make something like that from A to Z, it could very easily lead them into purchasing your course that will show them how to make all of these things that they can then learn how to create on their own from your course, depending on what the focus of your knitting course is. If it's just to show people how to create different types of products with knitting, then there you go. Just something like that is a great way to use a webinar. It's also great depending on what depending on your niche and what you teach, what you do, then you can use it to give kind of like a framework of your process for whatever it is that you do, and then guide people into the course to like learn the rest of the process. All right, coming in at number 6, we have printables and planners, and these are great because they're very easy to put together. 9 times out of 10, when you're making these, you're just gonna have an 8x10 or 8.5x11 formatted document inside of Canva that you design, and you make it all pretty, and you save them as PDFs, and then you sell them via Google Drive file. Easy freaking peasy. Etsy is a very easy place to sell these. That's not my area of expertise because that is not my target audience at all. But I do know that I've bought stuff for my business from Etsy. I've bought Canva templates primarily, so that's another way to go for making graphics for different things because I don't really like designing graphics. So I will find a design that I like that's easy enough for me to just change some colors and fonts and put in my own text and my own photos, and I'm done. But you can also do, if you're not in the business world, so to speak, you could create coloring pages or activity pages for kids, that kind of thing, and sell them on Etsy or on your own. But they're so easy to make and print. You could do digital art. You could make trackers for people, weight loss trackers, weight trackers, like for somebody who's working out and wanting to track the weights that they're using, that kind of thing. You could do food trackers, meal plan trackers, like, I don't know, that's just where my head's at the moment. All kinds of things. Dog walking trackers. When did the dog eat? When did the cat eat? You probably hear my dog sneezing right now. This is real time, folks. Real time. So really anything that you could think of that you could print out to use to help somebody along in whatever journey that they're on at the moment can be done in a printable or a tracker. Homeschooling is another topic that does great with printables, having all kinds of kids activities and things that you can print out. That's a great market for printables that you can make digital products with. And finally, last up on our list today is at number 7 is software and apps. And I have this at the bottom of the list because it's not really one that you can jump off today and have it created and start selling it today. You can do that with pretty much all of the other ones, except maybe the course. Software and apps are going to be probably the most lucrative. You can make a lot of money selling these, right? Especially if it's a SaaS, a software as a service situation, which is where you pay a monthly fee to have access to the service, which is pretty much everything in the business world, right? Like there's not too many that you can just pay for once. But that's where the money lies. And you need the income. Let's be honest. We need the income to keep making advancements to the software, right? It's not cheap or easy to keep up with that. So obviously there needs to be continuous income from it. That said, you can make a lot of money from it, but it's also going to have a lot more time and energy and effort up front to make it come to fruition. So depending on your niche and all of that, you might have a great idea for an app or software, and I would go for it. Definitely didn't want to leave it out of this list because it is 100% possible to create that and create a really great income from it. But I also don't want you to think that you could run out and create an app today and make a ton of money, because that's probably not going to happen. I just want to be real with that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to join me next week when we talk about how to actually start creating some of these digital products, because I know that for newer business owners or solopreneurs, it can feel really daunting to get those digital products created. So we're going to look at a couple of my favorite tech tools and then exactly how you could go about starting to create some things inside of Canva, Google Docs, etc. So we will talk about that next week, and I will see you then. Bye.